What is going on, world, and welcome to another video of responding to YouTube comments. Now, this one is a bit of a doozy, so let's just jump right into it. If you guys are interested, this comment is coming from a video I made a week or two ago called "To FAP or Not to FAP? NoFap and Masturbation Experiments." If you're interested in checking out that video, it'll pop up at the top of your screen right here. And you can also find it in the description box below. But like I said, this one's a little long and it's a little crazy. So let's just get right into it. So Mint Julep commented saying, "Well, I think that we were taught conflicting things. I think really it's more admirable to abstain from both sex and masturbation, at least for purifying and spiritual reasons. Many cultures do this along with fasting. It's a type of fasting. I think it's hard to do though, and I think sometimes it is used for different reasons, not just for porn or lust. To relieve anxiety for one, and to prevent pregnancy. In women, I have read that orgasm drains the lymphatic system, which is strange, but only good as far as I know. Not sure if it's the same in men or not." And I responded to her comments saying, "Well, that's the thing right there. You started off with saying that it's more admirable. Admirable is defined as arousing or deserving respect or approval. This is in consideration of what other people view of you and your thoughts and choices in life. Over the course of my journey, I've learned to develop little to no concern about what others think about the things I choose to implement in my life in terms of emotional angst. I don't do things to seek approval from others. I do it to see how it affects my body and how I can get the most optimal results out of life. Growing up as a child and a teen though, this is how I live most of my life. How do I gain the respect or approval from others through my actions? I feel if a lot of us out there in the world stopped concerning ourselves so much about the concerns of the unknown thoughts of our peers, then we would be out there accomplishing and achieving a lot more than we ever thought possible in our lives." Now this is where it gets a little convoluted and crazy. I'm not going to show her full comment here, so if you guys are interested, make sure you pause or screenshot the video and read it through for yourself. But I'm just going to skip down to my comment because, like I said, it's very convoluted, it's all over the place, and she brings up God and religion. So let's just hop into my comment. As I said there, I'm going to post her comment, screenshot it, read it if you find it important, but I basically cover most of the points she's discussing here. So she chose to start off her comment by saying, "Sigh, here we go, like we're having a conversation together. Like, I'm not face to face with you. You don't have to say sigh. You don't have to say LOL. Like, I understand that if you're trying to be like, oh, sigh, oh, here we go. Gotta drop some knowledge on this fool on the internet." So I decided to respond by saying, "Sigh, you bring up religion and God, which is fine and understandable for you to have a belief in. But anyone who dictates their life based upon a book with hundreds upon thousands of contradictions in it, where the followers of its teachings choose to nitpick what morals and beliefs that they should follow based upon the situation they are involved in, is absolutely ridiculous in my point of view. We can't hold a logical discussion and debate when I'm aware that you believe in things that contradict peer-reviewed studies by highly intellectual people in this world. I have no problem with whatever you believe in this world. Believe in it all that you want. But as I've said in past videos, you can believe that the sun spins around the earth or that you fart out rainbows. I really don't care. It's fine with me. I respect that. I mean, I have my own set of beliefs and ideas about this life, and one of those is that I should be able to experiment around with my beliefs, and as long as they're not hurting or getting in the way of others, then what does it matter to you? You should respect my beliefs as much as I respect yours. As long as it's not getting in the way, then who cares? But in that same way, I'm going to express my feelings and opinions to the world, and I don't really care what your emotions and your feelings matter."
You have adults going, I was offended, and I have rights. Well, so what? Be offended. Nothing happens. You're an adult. Grow up. Deal with it.
I believe religion is great because it has a lot of great morals to follow, but there is also a lot of things that are false and have been proved false. And I actually posted up a link there, and I said, like, here's a whole video based upon just some of the contradictions in the Bible.
Okay, welcome back. Both of our contestants are giving it a red-hot go tonight as we test their knowledge of the infallible, inerrant and non-contradictory Word of God. And a couple of quality contestants we have tonight, Craig and Ken. Craig in the lead so far, but let's see what happens in this next round. I'll be asking a question and giving you both a chance to respond to see if you come up with the same answer. Ready, Ken?
You bet.
And Craig?
Let's go.
Okay, so turning to Yahweh's anger for question 1. For 10 points, how long does Yahweh's anger last? Yes, Ken.
Forever.
Okay, it's a forever from Ken. Craig, what do you think?
I'm going to go with not forever.
Well, you're both correct. 10 points each. Yahweh's anger lasts both forever and not forever.
Now, you tried to change the course of my response to your first comment. In your first comment, you were discussing how you think that it's more admirable to abstain from sex and masturbation for spiritual reasons. And I responded by saying how admiration is based off on what others think of you. This is where we can't hold a logical debate. You choose to base your life and how you dictate your actions based on what others think of you and whether it will appeal to their interests. More importantly, you base your actions on whether you appease a being who lives in the sky, whose contradictory morals and teachings were written by people who lived thousands of years ago. Admiration and seeking approval and respect from others means that you are not part of the now. When you are constantly considering and you're constantly distracted what this person over here or what that person over there is considering about your actions, then you are not living in the moment. You are disconnected from the now. You are allowing emotions based off fear and ridicule from others to dictate how you live your life. Now, in your second comment, after I skipped through all the stuff about God and religion, you discussed how you hardly think that masturbation leads to self-respect, but more to self-loathing. First things first, you are not a man. You do not have the same hardwired hormonal development that men have, and our brains are actually geared and wired quite differently. I discussed this in past videos, and I have a whole blog dedicated to a book called Leonardo's Brain by Leonard Schlein, who was a neuroscientist. And in this book, he discusses how there are significant different development in our brains when comparing men to women. There are even different development in our brains when comparing right-handed heterosexual men to left-handed men, or even right-handed heterosexual men to gay men and gay women. So, for you to be able to discuss and say what a man feels in terms of his self-respect after masturbating or watching porn is quite irrelevant. Feel free to speak for women out there and how you feel as a woman after masturbating, but your emotional built-up ideas on what a man feels due to teachings from a book full of contradictions is unnecessary, and in my opinion is a waste of your own time, because I can't refute you based on what you think and based on what you feel. I discussed in my video how I felt distracted when I withheld from masturbation at a young age while I was experimenting to learn for myself what occurred to my own body. You do not discuss your own experimentation or your own experiences in life, which would allow us to hold a logical exchange of ideas. You just discuss what you think, based off respect and approval from others. As I like to post up on my Twitter every once in a while, normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. Just because you and the people in your environment think things are normal or respectful or proper or whatever you choose to say, it doesn't mean that someone living in another country or even living just a couple miles away from you believe or think that it's absolutely ridiculous and backwards. As I said, believe whatever the fuck you want. But if you're going to try to have a logical discussion with someone else in this world, then you need to discuss your own experiences, not what you were taught or how you feel on the subject. unless what you are concluding is coming from peer-reviewed studies. No one cares what you believe, and no one cares if you get offended. Why? Because that is your own perspective in this world.
Offended is subjective. It has everything to do with you as an individual, or a collective, or a group, or a society, or a community, your moral conditioning, your religious beliefs. What offends me may not offend you, and you want to make laws about this? I'm offended when I see boy bands, for God's sake.
I could really care less if you or others think it's admirable about me touching or withholding from touching my penis. Yes, there are now a couple dogs here. They'll be in and out of the shot, I'm sorry world. But your admiration or you being offended with what I do behind closed doors doesn't change the fact that after all this rigorous experimentation and analysis of my own body, I have found that I can conquer this instinct that we as humans all experience. And it allows me to free my mind and the mental strain from these thoughts that conquer and dominate our bodies on a daily basis. And I am able to accomplish things in life that are important to me. Because my mind is free, because I'm free of this mental strain, I am able to go out there in the world and I'm not distracted by my animalistic instincts. Your comment does nothing to refute or hold a debate. You are just displaying your opinion, and although I believe it is important for us to move ahead in humanity, it really does nothing and is actually making us go backwards as a society because although you displayed your opinion, you are not challenging mine. So what was the point? Alright, well thank you so much for watching this video, world. Now, as I've been going through my YouTube journey here, like I said, it's been about over a year and a half now. I really felt like when I was deciding to start up this new YouTube channel, the Hungarian Experiment Talks, that I really wanted to create a playlist or a bunch of videos where I respond to comments. Now, when I watch other YouTubers, they like to just do like a whole Q&A where they answer like a whole bunch of comments and questions all at once. If you guys know me, if you follow along my journey, the things I would like to discuss, the factors that I implement into my life and I experiment around with, and with my philosophy on life being situational, it's not easy to explain my journey. And when I have someone, like in this type of a comment, when they want to go like sigh and they want to bring up religion and God, it's not easy to just give them a quick response. So typically in the past, I would just avoid answering comments like this. But as I grow and I develop and I get upon my journey and I see where my life task is taking me, as I said in the past there, I have no idea where this YouTube journey is leading me. I feel like I take a step and the path is forming before me. So I really want to start answering comments like this. I really want to start getting involved because now I see where my journey is leading me. I want to create videos like this and then have others out there in the world to be able to comment and criticize. As I displayed in my first responding to comments YouTube video here, that when I answer some of these comments, you know, several people may see them, they might create a little discussion out of it, but it's limited to that video. Someone would have to go through, find that video, and then find that discussion to see my opinions or my views on that certain subject or that idea. And then it gets very convoluted. It's hard for people to have a logical discussion and debate on that topic. So I really wanted to create this video to discuss, you know, masturbation and fapping and how it is related to religion and, you know, a woman's thoughts and ideals and perspectives on that. And, you know, I felt she didn't hold it in a very logical way. So by creating this video, we now have an avenue, we now have a way for others to challenge my ideas or her ideas on the subject, and we can actually create a unique and interesting form of debate. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'd really love to hear what you think about this. Do you think I'm right? Do you think she's right? Post your opinions down there. I want to know what you guys think on our discussion here, as well as that previous video, which is in the description box below. So thank you so much for watching this video, world. I'll see you guys in the next responding to comments. I am the Hungarian Experiment.